Hello everyone, welcome back to the Reese's Writing YouTube channel. Today we'll be talking about TBR update. I did an end of the year TBR, but things have changed. If you watched my recap, I DNFd report on probability A because it was kind of boring. It may have just been what I wasn't looking for it. It started off really, really slow and really dry and sort of setting things up, but I didn't really care, so I just moved swiftly on to another book. But you should go look at the recap, see what I got into after that. And I also chose not to read The Condition of Muzak by Michael Moorcock because I should really read the others in that, so that'll be coming quite far down the road because I haven't even got any of the other ones, and there's 4 others I believe, or something like that. So we're doing a little update for December, and I may not get through all of these because of Christmas and everything that happens during Christmas, or maybe I'll get through them more because I have less time doing other things and more time being very full and sitting around doing nothing. Who knows? But yeah, I've pretty much finished Doris Lessing, so I'll go straight on to The Outsider by Colin Wilson, which is a non-fiction book looking into the sickness of mankind in the 20th century. The mid-20th century. I think is a good look at sort of social issues and creative people sort of living on the outside of the social boundaries of life, and a deep dive into that mankind, just the social barriers that are had within sort of culture, mainstream culture and things like that. So I'm interested to read this. This will be my first Colin Wilson. I've got a few others that I need to read. So I think this is his most popular one. Is like one that sort of went a bit sort of cult classic-y, I think. Bit of a mainstream thing happened with this book. So this will be interesting to read. Quite a sort of non-fiction read, which I don't do that much of. Although I try to get one in maybe every 2 months or something like that. And then after that, I want big guns, big shooty space things. So I'm going with Inhibitor Phase. It's quite a big chunky book actually. I've only just realised this is pretty chunky. So this might take up quite a bit of my December. But I've got 2 others, so we'll just carry on. Inhibitor Phase by Alistair Reynolds. This is the 4th book in the Revelation Space Quartet. This is the final one in the main series, and it's about Miguel de Ruta, about him fleeing a big alien. I don't want to spoil much if you haven't read the Revelation Space series, but he's sort of following he's trying to outrun alien species or alien race. He's trying to sort of find home, I think. So I don't think I've come across a Miguel de Ruta in the other books. Seems a bit sort of standalone-esque, but maybe because it's just sort of a direct look at it. I'm super interested in his aliens and his sort of ideas about intelligence and why haven't any aliens come to look at humans. And I really enjoyed the other 3 that are in this series, so I'm interested to see how it ends. And then if I do finish Inhibitor Phase, I will go on to Mr. Pie by Mervyn Peake. I loved Gormenghast. That's his big thing. He didn't write that much. I know he wrote a bit of poetry and other short sort of writings. I know he did illustrations. He did illustrations for like Alice in Wonderland potentially, I believe. But I really loved Gormenghast. It was so unique in the way it was done. The characters, the world that he created, the sort of words he used were really engaging to me, and it made it such a unique reading experience. And like the characters I still can remember and can still like think about now. They're just I really enjoyed Gormenghast, and I really enjoyed Titus Alone, even though like people sort of thought it might have dropped off. It became a lot less, it became a bit more science fiction-y in Titus Alone, in my opinion. Yeah, it did. It became more science fiction-y. But yeah, I enjoyed all three of those trilogies, and I'm really interested to see what he says, see what he does in Mr. Pie. Mr. Pie is about he's a missionary, pretty much. Mr. Pie is a missionary who comes to the island of Sark to convert islanders into a crusading force for the undiluted goodness that he feels within. So I guess he's a bit more of he's a missionary of goodness. He thinks, I know what's best. So he's going to go to this island, and it'll be filled with lots of bizarre characters, as Mervyn Peake is known for. So I'm interested to see. It's a lot more sort of less fantasy or science fiction from Gormenghast, and much more sort of go into a bizarre island with bizarre people, see what happens. I'm sure there'll be a lot of drama, a lot of weird drama going on. And then if I finish that, which may or may not happen, I will get on to a classic in the science fiction realm, you would say. Roadside Picnic by the Strugatsky's brothers. I talked about this very briefly on the recap about how Annihilation, I believe, is has sort of same feeling, same plot, or same ideas of like an exclusion zone where aliens have come in. Or well, we don't know if Annihilation has aliens. This is like people going in to scavenge certain things from the alien like exclusion zone. They're called stalkers, and I think it's about him collecting artifacts. A guy called Red Shoeheart, and yeah, it's a must read. it's a science fiction classic, and I haven't read any Strugatsky brothers books, so I'm looking forward to seeing what this is all about. And I haven't watched the film either, which is Stalker by that one. I'll put it up on the screen. Future Reese will put it up on the screen, and there we have it, my TBR update. I shall see if I get through the books. If I don't, I don't. I think I have some quite big plans for January, but I might fit in Mr. Pie and Roadside Picnic with the books I'm attempting to read in January as maybe palate cleansers. So that's it for the TBR update for December. What's your TBR for the Christmas period? Are you going to read any Christmassy things? Last year I read Christmas Carol, which was great, and it's the first time I think I've read it. I may have read it, like I definitely watched Muppet A Christmas Carol. It's a bloody classic. And I'll see you in the next video. Like, subscribe. Bye.